When did you guys all get together or see each other for the first time today, and what was that like?
I saw Alfie at 3:30 in the lobby of the Brook Street, and saw Spezza at about 4:30.
Yeah.
And then all three of us about 15 minutes ago.
How is it to be reunited with these two guys, Dany?
Brings me joy, and just to see the three of us together. Some of the best years of my career and life, and just brings back great memories.
What's the feeling like to be back in the building and to be alongside these two?
Nostalgic, and just see the staff even walking through the hallway. A lot of the same people, if not all of them. Security guards, trainers. We just saw for 5 minutes, but the halls look the same. The rink looks similar. So just great to be here.
I guess, Jason, for you, what's it like when you were approached about this kind of reunion, and even for you, I mean, you've been gone now for a while as well.
Yeah, for sure. I've come back a lot in terms of playing and being around, but I'm lucky by staying in the game. I see Heater when I'm out west, and I see Alfie when I'm here. But to be together is great. And then I think as athletes we get used to just one next day. What's next? What's next? What's next? You try not to look back too much. And when you have moments like this, it was great because it allows us to look back and just kind of the fun we had and the times here in Ottawa. And I've been retired for a few years now, so it allows you to be a little bit nostalgic about everything, and it's pretty cool to be back in this capacity for sure.
Daniel, what does it mean to you to have these guys back together in your life today?
I'm super excited to see both of them together. Obviously looking forward to the game after a win, us having dinner together and sitting down and catch up properly. So I think it's great for the organization as well. Obviously, a lot of fond memories come back, a lot of goal celebrations, but also team success. We were all part of the Cup run in 2007 and had some really good years together. So it brings back a lot of good memories.
Aside from the individual talent, what do you think was it that made this line so special?
I think, Heater being just a pure natural goal scorer that could score from distance, from in close, from breakaway tip-ins, could also pass. And Spezza with his unbelievable playmaking, obviously. And I think I was a scorer and a passer, but not to the extreme that they were the same way. But the biggest thing I think was instincts and knowing where open space was. I don't think we didn't draw up any set plays. We read off each other and we could all anticipate a little bit what we were going to do. And I think that made us unpredictable and successful.
Dany, towards the end there was criticism of you from the fan base and from one of the papers in town, and to be transparent, my paper. There was a picture of you on the front with a soother, and one of the writers, Don Brennan, I think called you a selfish stubble. What was that like for you? What was that like for you at the time? Was that stuff hurtful?
Of course. I mean, we're all used to some criticism, but it got a little deep. But I guess the one thing I will say is when I did want to leave, it was nothing to do with the city or the fans. I said earlier, these are the four of the best years of my life, not only hockey-wise, but off the ice, friendship-wise. And that's really all I want to say to the city and the fans. I still love them. I'm happy and I'm grateful that Mr. Andlauer invited me back and to get me back in the organization and for this night. And I'm really looking forward to tonight.
Were you excited or nervous, Dan?
I was excited. Yeah, nervous to answer some hard-hitting questions from you guys, but no, I just seeing these two, obviously seeing Neeler, just saw Philly. I'm sure I'll see some other people throughout the night, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
When you think back, Dany, any regrets?
Great question. I've thought about that. I would have done it again if it was back in that point, but of course I regret some things. Obviously, I wouldn't regret playing for some of the other organizations and other guys I got to play with and other opportunities I had. But yeah, I think you regret leaving these two. And touch on what Dany said. I think you can black and white it. I was a scorer, Spez was a playmaker, and he did it all. But I think just the chemistry and the feel, and that's something that comes along very rarely.
Had you been hoping to kind of, I guess, make amends, if you will, and to be able to come back and maybe make things right, if you will?
Yeah, and like I said, this is the first time I've been invited back, so never said no to coming back.
Were you waiting, kind of thing? Was it one of those things that you were waiting for the olive branch, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not up to me to invite myself back, but like I said, it's great to be back. That's all I can say.
Did you three stay in touch at all over the years, or was it kind of fleeting the way you would get together or just communicate?
No, I think we've all stayed in touch to a certain extent. I think when you're playing in hockey, we all have our own families, and when you don't play on the same team with everyone, you grow apart, and then you remember that you haven't talked in a while, and you bring it back. And our bond will always be tight. Like, I think you're most excited about having dinner afterwards and talking, and you're most it's hard to get together. Life gets going, and everybody has their own things they're doing, so it's hard to make time to get together. And talking to the guys that have won, I think that's one of the greatest things that they enjoy about winning together, is that they have reunions and they have reason to come back and be around each other. And we didn't get that opportunity because we didn't win. So this gives us a chance to have that. But I think the bond will never be broken in terms of just what you put into the game and together. I don't think people realize the work you put in together. So then when you see each other, it brings back just like all the positive memories.
Alfie, when you guys were in your prime, scoring a lot of goals, you fed a lot of hungry fans as well. Did you think at the time that when you guys were tagged the pizza line, did you think that was a cool name? Did you think anything about it at the time?
Not in the beginning, but when the fans started chanting "pizza, pizza, pizza" after we scored 3 and we needed 3 more, yeah, of course, it's like not that we needed more motivation to score goals. It kind of became a thing, and I think we were able to exploit that a bit because we were so effective offensively, I guess, that we kind of knew every time we stepped on the ice, the other teams, the line that played against us, their job was to shut us down, and they didn't often try to score themselves, so which I think gave us more liberties that we could take advantage of. So yeah, I like the name. Obviously, it became famous too because they had to go from 5 to 6 goals because it cost them too much money, but that kind of added to the story. So yeah, of course we took, and I must give them credit too because I loved scoring goals. But if the game was 5-2, I think I took my foot off the pedal most nights. But with these two, they kept pushing. Let's keep going. Let's keep the habits going. Don't stop. So I think they really dragged me along in pushing for more every game.
Maybe for all three of you, do you have a favorite on-ice memory?
I would say we probably all have pretty similar. When Alfie scored to send us to the finals is definitely my favorite memory of being a Senator. I think most guys that played with us on that team would probably say the same. And we all have individual times, I guess, but that I think was the culmination of like a lot of work and the excitement of going to the finals, having a chance to win. So for me, that was my favorite moment was Alfie scoring.
I think there might be certain individual goals that I remember with both of these guys, but yeah, that moment, and not only for us three, but everyone in that room. Everyone talks about our line, but it was a tight team, a very deep team. Everyone had their role, and I think that moment was very special.